And today we will see one more example, like so far we are seeing like a simple one, right? Like we are
Mm-hmm.
doing select query and the select star from employee it's generating. Okay, so
Yes, yes.
we have one employee and address example, and I will show you the table data first. Just let me. Okay, if you see here, right, in this database there is two tables is there. One is employee select
Mm-hmm.
store. This is employee table.
Okay.
This is address table. If you see here,
Mm-hmm.
right, this is the employee ID 1 2 3 4 5. Okay,
Okay.
and employee name and salary something. And if you see the second table, address line 1, zip code and postal code something, city, and
Mm-hmm.
corresponding employee ID. So this is the relation 1 to 1.
Okay.
Basically, I want to retrieve one of the employee details and corresponding his address. Basically, here two tables, right? This data is not there in one table.
Okay. Yes,
Correct.
yes.
So we have to join these two tables and we need to get the employee details plus address details. This is where some join is coming to the picture.
Okay.
So okay, basically what I want to do here, right? So I want to retrieve all the employee details plus along with their
Mm-hmm.
address.
Okay.
So all the employees plus with their address. So here
So
in
here we will be joining on employee ID,
yes,
right?
basically here we no need to join here basically. So why? Because
Oh.
Hibernate will generate that kind of query.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. So if you see our past example, that employee 1 to 1 example, where is that
Mm-hmm.
1 to 1 might be here. Yes, this is also similar, correct. So here, right, when we are saving the query, sorry, when we are saving the data, we were mentioning here 1 to 1, 1 to many, correct. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
join basically. Based on this, it will generate the query.
Okay.
So how the relationship and all we are mentioning in our Java class. So
Okay.
what is the relation inside the author? Only author details. Inside the book, we are mentioning one of the relation. Inside the book, we are mentioning one of the relation book with author. So based on this
Okay.
relation, it will generate the query with join. So we can able to see the query, generated query with join option. So what it
Okay.
will do, select star from employee, join with
Mm-hmm.
address. It will give one condition on. So this is general query we have to write manually. If at all if you want to write, we have to write select star employee. It will use some alias name,
Okay.
join address a. It will use a condition. What is the relation between employee and address?
Okay.
Address dot empid id equal to employee dot id. Correct. So this is the relation.
Yes.
Inside the address table, employee id equal
Mm-hmm.
to employee id.
Yes.
So this is the main primary condition, and this is the join. So this kind of query it will generate. Who will Hibernate will generate. And this
Okay.
relationship we have already mentioned, right? Inside the book table we have an address. So that way
Got it.
the query will be generated. And this is the sample data we saw, right? Like employee and
Right.
address. The relation is this is the first column.
Got
This is
it.
a
Okay.
foreign key basically. This is the foreign key, and here it is a primary key. So we are referring employee ID from the first table.
Okay.
So generally we don't need to write this much hard-coded query, but if at all if we are not using Hibernate and also, then we have to write query like this to join
Got
two
it.
tables. Okay, in our case, let
Okay.
me run. We'll see the query, how the data is fetching and what kind of query it is generating.
Okay.
So these are the some sample generated query. If you see here, right, let me take one query. So this is the generated query. First, you can ignore these columns. So it will confuse you. Select star from this. Till here, you can ignore. There is nothing, just only
Okay.
column names. So if you mention star, it will pick everything, all the columns. If you don't want all the columns, you can mention the field names.
Okay. Got it.
So here, right, select star from address. It is giving some alias name. It's in join itself. We have so many different joins, equi join,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
join, and we are trying to join with employee table. We are trying to join
Okay.
address with employee table, and after that we are applying the condition on. So inside the address we have
Mm-hmm.
employee ID, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And this employee ID equal to employee table ID.
Got it. Okay.
And if you want to retrieve any specific employee, you can give here. I want to retrieve only one particular employee. So this we want to
Okay.
retrieve only one employee ID. You can give here one. If you don't want to put
Got
any
it.
condition, if you are not giving any condition, then it will retrieve all the employee IDs.
Got it.
So
Okay.
based on that, you can give the where condition. If you want to add more filters, then add. If you don't want to add, you can just keep it. So it will try to retrieve all the employees. In our case, right now we are not given any condition. So what it will do, it will try to retrieve all the records, 1, 2, 3, 4 records,
Okay.
and we can able to see here list of employees. If you want to see the address details, I can print here. Right now I am not printing the employee. Yeah, address also we are printing.
Okay.
So this way we can able to, get all the details
Got it.
related
Okay.
to in between any table. Basically here we no need to write any, query from developer side. Just we need to give the relationship properly, and you can execute the this query, and it will generate the query. So if you see the second
Okay.
example, so here I want to retrieve only one employee details.
Okay.
If you see the query, so here you can able to give the employee ID. Which employee ID you want to do, which employee details you want to retrieve. Third,
Okay.
I want to retrieve the third employee. What is the third employee address? BTM first stage.
Got it.
And if you see the query, what is the address? The employee name is Lisa, and she is in Bangalore. What is the third employee?
Okay.
Third employee name is Lisa, and she is in Bangalore. So Lisa, Bangalore, we can able to retrieve.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this join will generate from the. That is the main advantage of Hibernate.
Okay.
But if you learn Hibernate, these queries and all, you will forget everything
Okay.
because it will generate. All queries for you.
Okay.
So that way you can add any number of conditions. So here I'm adding only one condition. And say for instance, if you want to retrieve only first two records,
Okay.
Let's say 100 records is there in database. You want to retrieve only first 10 records. Later 10, 10, 10. You don't want to retrieve 100 results together. So then
Okay.
this is the way to control the records. Fetch size. So how many records you want to fetch from database? Basically 1000 is there, but you want to fetch only 2 records.
Okay.
So that way, so inside the query, so we have to pass the fetch size. So how many records you want to fetch? If you
Got it.
give that number, right, so it will retrieve only first 2 records. That also,
Got it.
say for instance, see in this case 4 records is there. I want to retrieve last 3, 2 records, starting from 3
Okay.
until end, or starting from 0
Okay.
till 10, like that you can give from where you want to start and how many records you want.
Okay. Got it.
First result should start with 0, and I want to retrieve only 2 records. If you have 1000 records, you can say I want to start with 0 and I want a total 100 records. So you can mention here 100.
Got
So
it.
this is useful when you are displaying the pagination. Like
Okay.
if you have more records, right? If you see any of the pages, you will see downside 1, 2, 3 hyperlinks.
Got it.
So just display the hyperlink, and on click you can call this JavaScript, Java function, and you can retrieve how many records you want to retrieve. And if you see
Okay.
the next button, if you have more results, they will display next. They will display 10 more records each time.
Got it.
That we can able to implement just by using this simple, very simple. The same thing if you want to retrieve just by using the query, you have to write big queries. But here
Got it.
just one
Okay.
line, just results from where you want to start and how many records you want. And if you comment out this one, we can able to see the 2 records. If you see here, right, commented everything. If you see here, right, so I'm trying to retrieve all the records from the employee, correct?
Okay. Yes.
But here, if you see inside the employee, total 4 records is there, but I don't want 4 records. I want only 2 records.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you run it, we can able to see how many records it is fetching. So it is fetching it is fetching 4 records.
Okay. So that is the query.
Yeah, this is the basic queries how it is generating. So
Okay.
internally what it will do, it will try to retrieve all the employees, whatever it is available. From there it will take the employee ID and it will go to the address table and it will try to get the address details together. Basically, this is not the efficient way how Hibernate is using. We can able to
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing in by using one query, but this is the pattern Hibernate is following. So it is
Okay.
simply it is generating 5 queries, but if you write them manually without using Hibernate, we can able to do the same thing in one query. But most of the
Okay.
people will not prefer. Small companies will use the Hibernate. Very big data kind of banks and all, they will not prefer Hibernate. Just see here,
Okay.
we can able to do the same thing in by using just one query, but it is generating 5 queries. So it's a time consuming process, correct?
Yes, yes.
But Hibernate is nowadays it's most of the people are using. But if you say if the data volume is more, then people will not prefer this one. But it is a famous one.
Yes.
For
Okay.
all the medium range companies, it is very good. Why? Because no need to generate any kind of queries. Correct? It's a simple.
Yeah.
But if the data volume is more, then you will get performance issues.
Okay.
That is the main disadvantage of this Hibernate. But now it
So
is
what do we do then?
demand in market.
No, then what do we have any other option?
The best option is we have to write query from ourselves, like JDBC, whatever we used to write previously.
Okay,
If you use
okay.
the JDBC, the work is more, but the performance is too much. The performance is very high.
Hmm.
If
Okay.
that's what I mean. If I want to reduce, if I want to minimize this, I mean this 4 queries into 1 query. The simple one is, so we first of all we no need to write this first query. No need to take records only from
Okay.
employee. Just take the
Okay.
employee records and apply the join condition, and you will get all the records together. But here it is
Okay.
generating 5 queries. So it's each query is not. It will take more time to generate. First, we have to prepare this query, and we have to hit the database
Mhm.
and get the records. So that is a way time-consuming process, correct?
Yes, yes.
But still, it is a famous why because this is a easy process, simple process.
Got it.
But that's not the people are using this one. If the data is more, then people they will not. I mean, prefer Hibernate. But
Got it.
if you are trying for interview and all, you have to keep something about Hibernate in your resume. Then only you will get interview calls.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
So this is what we are going to use this joining and all.
Okay. Okay. I
And
got
we
it.
will see some other example. And we will see now the testing process of standalone applications. It's a kind of JUnits. JUnits
Okay.
are very easy. It's not that much complicated, but this is very important also.
Okay.
JUnits means what we are going to do. We will test the same one of our old application calculator. Okay, let me open some other workspace. First of all, what is the purpose of JUnits? So say for instance, you have written calculator program.
Okay.
Okay, calculator, what it will do, add, subtract, delete, all the operations it will do. So calculator, there is a method called add. If you will give input as a 5 comma 5, what is the output?
Uh,
You are expecting 10, correct?
input.
If you will give two
Yes. Okay.
numbers, 5 comma 5, you are expecting results as a 10.
Mm.
If you give input as a
Okay.
2 comma 3, you are expecting results as a 5.
Result 5.
So if you know these things, you
Mm.
can able to test you can able to judge the calculator is working properly. Correct?
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so to do these automation kind of things, so whenever if there is a change in calculator, then you can run this program, this test units, test cases, and you can able to say, yeah, the results are proper, so the calculator is functioning properly. So basically, you should
Okay.
have a proper expected inputs, expected results, and proper inputs. So let me
Got it.
write a simple calculator. First, right? So this is my app. So inside my app, what I'm trying to do, I'm writing a simple add method. So what add method will do? It will take two numbers, a plus b, and I will
Okay.
return these numbers and subtract. I'm taking two numbers, I will return. Let me write another method. Public int multiply. So what it will do, multiply, it will take two numbers, x comma y, return. So basically this is my calculator program. So I want to perform some JUnit test cases on this. So what
Okay.
is the purpose of JUnits, So one time you do the development along with that JUnits. Okay, done. So later on what happened, there is some more changes we need to add as part of JUnits. So okay, they are doing some development. Okay, they are modifying some calculator program. So then whenever you are
Okay.
if you want to test it, right, we need to test all the features, correct? Even though they are modifying
Yes, yes.
one line, but you have to test all the functionality. We
Oh,
don't know where it was breaking, correct?
yes, yes.
Maybe the developer is telling I modified only one line, but the tester he can't rely on
Mhm.
the developer, right?
Yes, yes.
But tester don't know, how it is break, how it is, what is the impact.
Mm-hmm.
That is one question. The second question is, but we are not able to do all the test cases manually, correct? We don't have time.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is, and second scenario also, we no need to do all the, we no need to execute all the test cases just because of one line, correct?
Yes, yes,
But
that
we
is
don't
true.
know how it will impact, where it will break, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
these are the possible scenarios. To avoid these scenarios without compromising, so what we are going to do, we are going to develop the JUnits. What is the purpose of JUnits? Develop one time and execute
Mm-hmm.
n number of times. Develop one time
Okay.
and execute n number of times. So without doing
Okay.
any manual inputs, just prepare the inputs. So these are the inputs, these are the outputs. Just run it and see the results. How many pass, how many failed. So you will get a report kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, this is the calculator program. You can say this is a calculator. Okay, let me name it as a calculator. The package name I had given com.junit.sample.
Mm.
So this is my calculator program, and it's, so let me save the file name. So this is my simple calculator. So what it will do, if you give
Okay.
two numbers, it will add. If you give two numbers, it will subtract. If you give two more numbers, it will multiply also. So this is the method names. So basically we need to test
Mm-hmm.
each and every method with a different combination of input, correct? Then only we can say this calculator is
Yes.
functioning properly. Uh, okay. So now what I want to do, I want to test this calculator. So what do you have to do? We have to write one class calculator test. Let me check.
Okay.
So this is my class I have written. So what we have to do,
Mm-hmm.
so if you want to write some test cases, write some simple class and
Mm-hmm.
extends test case. So this test case is part of another library called JUnits. So
Okay.
whenever you
Okay.
are creating the project, you are going to create a Java project, correct? Java project, you know how to create it.
Mm-hmm.
Web project, how do create? So we need to create a kind of JUnit project. You see here,
Okay.
you have a JUnit project creation. Then you will get this library. Even though
Okay.
even though if you are not adding also, by default you will get. Okay, let me show you that option how to create. So first what you do, just you create a plain Java project. Let me create project for you.
Okay.
So this is Java project. So this is my sample Java project, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And let me go to Windows views. So this is simple Java project. So here what I want to do inside SRC, I want to write some test cases. So how to write a simple test case? Just right click basically we know how to create a class, correct? So instead of creating
Mhm.
class here, so you can select here Junit test case.
Yes.
And if you want, you can give the package. For testing purpose, I am not giving any calculate. My app test. So this is my class name and finish it.
Mm-hmm.
So here whenever I'm trying to finish it, right, see here, it is adding some of the library.
Okay.
So it will say okay. Then only you can able to get this test case. Otherwise you will not get.
Okay.
So this got imported to your class. Now we can write the test of I mean what is it? The test methods. So how we are going to write the test methods? I will show here. See here, my class name is calculator test extends test case. Correct. So far
Mm-hmm.
it's clear, right? So inside that, what I mean, what class you are going to test? I want to test calculator. So just create object for that one. So I created an object. Let me make it this one as a calc. First step is just create an object and remove all those things. Let me create from scratch. So I created a calculator object. After that, you have to write methods. So first method I want to
Mm-hmm.
test add method public void add test. You can write them. You can give method name anything, just meaningful name. So here
Mm-hmm.
what we have to do. So here we have a method called asset.
Okay.
Asset equal. So this asset equal. This is a inbuilt method. Inbuilt method you will get as part of the JUnits. So you can
Okay.
download this method, and so here it will take two inputs as a parameter, two parameters as an input.
Okay.
So if you see the default names what you expected and actual. So say for
Okay.
instance you are going to test add methods. So if you give input as a 5 comma 5, what is the expected results?
10.
10. Okay. So actual results we need to get from the calculator. We should not write, correct? So calc dot,
So
yeah.
here we are extending test case,
Yes,
right?
yes. Then only you will get these assets and all. Yes, we have to exit. We have to extend it. I will tell you what is the purpose of extend later.
Okay. Test case is from part of JUnit,
Yes, yes, it's
right?
part of JUnit. See here, it's part of JUnit framework.
And then we are initializing, we are creating an object of calculator
Correct. Yes.
class. Okay.
Okay. Now I want to call add method. So here we have to give the actual inputs. I want to give the input 5 comma 5,
Hmm.
and I'm expecting 10 results.
Yes. Yes.
We
Okay.
don't know what calculator will give. We don't know exactly whether it will give 10 or 11 or
Mm-hmm.
9, correct? But we are expecting 10.
Yes. Yes.
If both are
Mm-hmm.
equal, if this is 10 and it is also will give 10, then I can say test case is pass, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now let me change this file name, Java file name to, okay. Now what I'm telling, I'm giving 5 comma 5 and I'm expecting 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now
Okay.
let me run it and we will see whether it is success or failure.
Hmm. Failed.
So need to clean build, I guess. Let me clean. some annotations. So here it is telling some Junit's library tool not found. Java C main class is required. Okay, let me write here public void test. Now it is success. See, I'll take this example. So yes, let me take this calculator. So let me paste it here. So this is a simple test. So here so far
Okay.
there is no test methods, correct? So we
Okay.
extend it.
Yes.
So here what I want to do, I want to test my calculator. So let me remove the package. Sorry, this one you can ignore. Yeah, this is a simple calculator program, correct? And no
Yes.
package, simple calculator. So let me create an object here and let me remove all these packages. Calculator C equal to new calculator. So after that what you have to, we have to write a method public void test calc.
Okay.
So here right, what is this? So here what you have to do, So here we need to import that assert statement.
Okay.
Assert equals. So let me
Okay.
give this is as a 10, and here
Mm-hmm.
c dot add. I'm passing 5 comma 5. I'm expecting 10.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if I'll give 5 comma 5, so I'm expecting 10 results.
Yes.
And let me run it whether it will work or not. So now if you see here, how many it ran totally one by one, and errors 0 and
Mm-hmm.
failures 0, and it is success. Correct?
Got
If
it.
it is
Okay.
success,
Yes.
you will get that green. Let me give here 10. I'm expecting 11. I'm giving 5 comma 5. I'm expecting 11. So what it will do?
Mm-hmm. Then it will fail.
It got failed. See, and you
Got
can
it.
able to see the reason also here. Expected 11, but was 10.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
You are expecting 11, but you got output as a 10. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a wrong scenario. I mean, invalid test case. Correct? Test case itself
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
So you have to expect here 10. So like that you can able to write n number of samples. Let me type here 20. So I'm expecting 20. So you can give 15 comma 5.
Mm.
Correct? That is one scenario. And you can give either 10 comma 10. So these are
Mm.
the valid scenarios. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
So if you give 5 comma 5, you can expect 10. If you give 15 comma 5, you can expect 20. If you give 10 comma 10, you can expect 20. So
Yes.
then you can say this calculator is functioning properly. The similar
Yeah.
way,
I've seen.
yeah.
I've seen one of my friends, right? I've seen him
Mm-hmm.
doing giving more importance to you know
Mm-hmm.
this JUnit testing.
Mm-hmm.
No, he create the test case first.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, he'll only create an outline, outline of the actual class. That's it.
Yes. So here we don't
Then he
care
will
about
create the
what is there inside the calculator, right? We know only API names. We don't
Mhm.
know what is the implementation, correct?
Yes, yes, exactly. So after he create the test case, then he will go back and create the rest of the class. Do you
That
think
is,
that is a better way of?
yeah. What is the purpose of that? Let's suppose, say for instance, you are developing one simple phone. So first you
Hmm.
should understand what is the requirements, what you have to give the input,
Hmm.
and what you have to expecting the results. Instead of that, just developing the phone, and at the end, if you are trying to test it, what will happen? We don't know what is the scenarios we need to test, what we are expecting. Correct? So if for every issue we
Hmm.
need to recode from the scratch. Correct?
Got it.
If
Got
you
it. Got
find
it.
out the
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
requirements very.
he was
Mm,
telling me. He was telling me that is a more that is most efficient way of doing it
so
because you'll
basically,
have a clear picture of
clear picture.
what to test.
Yes, clear picture, and
Yeah.
the requirements also will become very clear.
Yes. Yes.
Main
Exactly.
purpose is requirements will become very clear. If
Yes.
requirements are very clear, so defects will not come, so that no need to fix anything extra. If requirements are not clear, at the end, if you are starting gathering the requirements, the product is already developed. Then we don't have any chance. We
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to recode from the scratch.
Yeah. 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 So I think so. This is a better way of programming it, right?
Yes, yes. This is
So.
here clear, right? So this is the inputs
Mhm.
I want. This is the inputs I'll give, and this is the output I need. I don't care about how
Got
we
it.
are going to implement it. That is up to the developers.
Okay, okay, okay. So what we need is we need to have a clear idea of what we are planning to test,
Yes,
what
correct.
all we'll be needing to, and based on that, we can go back and write the code for that,
Yes, yes.
right?
That is up to the. If you know the requirements are clear, coding is not that much complicated. Correct.
Yes, yes,
If
yes.
requirements are
Got
not
it.
clear, then we don't know what we are developing, and we don't know what we are going to test it. Then that will give a lot of
Hmm.
issues.
Yes, yes. So
Correct.
this is a easier and faster way of doing things,
Correct, correct. This is
right?
the easier and the best way to do. So when if anything is modified in the calculator, just come here and right click and run it, and it will
Hmm.
execute all the scenarios, and it will give the results to you. So these are the
Okay,
failed.
okay.
So these are the failed, and these are the
So
test cases. Yeah.
even if we make change in calculator, do we need to build the test case from the beginning to implement that?
Test cases, we need to take that. We need to take the reference of the project. So right now everything is there in one. One inside SRC. Maybe they will give you a jar to you, so that you can import that
Mm-hmm.
jar. You can refer that jar in your test. As part of your Junit project.
Got
So
it.
once they
Okay,
modify it,
okay.
then they will give final jar to you. You can refer that jar as
Mm,
part of your project class path, and you can execute these
mm.
test cases. Ideally, the test
Got it.
cases and all right, we have to keep in a different method. Right now, I kept everything in one method, but we should not do like
Mm,
this. Like what you have to do,
mm.
you have to write a different method. One is for add, and another is for subtract. So this is for add,
Got it.
and this is for subtract, and this is for multiply. So now we have
Got it.
different
Okay.
different scenarios, and let's remove all this
Then
subtract.
it'll be much more organized also.
Yes. If you want to add one more scenario in future, then add it here. If you want to test only
Mm.
these methods, and you can comment out or something you can do, so that it will not execute it.
Got it. Got it.
And if you want to only do the subtraction and remove all the add methods, and if you want
Okay.
to do only multiply and just call multiply.
Mm.
So this is the best way to do. So it's very easy, right? So whenever the developer got modified, just come here and run
Mm.
it. In one shot, you can able to test it, everything. So now we have 3 test
Got it.
cases. If you run it, and you can able to see the results. So it got failed. So which one is failed? It will display everything clearly. So line number 19. Go to the line number 19. So first see the subtraction. So 10 minus 10, what
Mm.
we can expect? 0, correct?
Yes, yes.
And let me make it here 30, and let me make it here 90. So 30 minus 10, you can expect 20. 90
So
minus.
if can we expand when we get a fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we expand on it and see which method got failed?
Yes. It will show. It will show everything clearly.
Okay.
The results will show. Now these 2 test cases are clear.
Okay.
Now let me run
Mm.
it, and you will get.
Multiplication failed.
Yeah, it got failed, and it will display. See here, test multiple calculator. This method got failed
Mm.
at line number 90.
Okay. So will you be able to expand on that if you double click on it?
No, it will display. That's all. This is the matter. It will not display more. Just
Okay.
it will
Okay.
display line number, right? So then you can able
Yes,
to come
yes.
here directly. So these 2 are pass,
Mm-mm. Got it.
and this is failed because 10 into 20, we can expect 100, but we should not expect 20. If you see here, it is results is
Mm-hmm.
coming 100, 10 into 10.
Oh, so, but there it will stop also.
Yeah, it will
It will
stop.
not go any
It will
further.
not proceed. It will not proceed.
Okay.
So it's
Got it.
basically results is coming 100, but you are expecting 20.
Got it.
So that way we can say 100. You can give here, and this is also you can make it as 100.
Yes.
So this is the best way to do the testing of any program.
Got it.
Now it will say everything got passed. And if you want to see the
Got it.
methods, see right
Mm.
now what is happening. Let me run everything. Expand it. Let me add here 1 second. The rate of test. It's not required. It will execute all the methods by default,
Mm-hmm.
and it will give the results. If anything got failed, and you can able to see the failure track. Right now it is blank. If something went failure, then you will see that exception message here.
Got it.
Failure,
Okay.
whatever failed. And this is the best way to do the test. Why? Because nowadays this is mandatory. So if you are doing any development, then you have to write JUnits for that one.
Got it.
So whenever if the deployment is happening, before deployment they will execute the test. If everything is passed, then only they will deploy the code into the server. Otherwise, they will not allow to deploy.
Got it.
If even one test case failed, then we can say the deployment they will not allow because something wrong in the deployment. So
Got it.
this is the best way to do the testing before going to the production, and it's efficient way. So if you want to test manually, so how much time it will take? It will take a lot of time, right? But everything, test
Yes, yes.
cases, everything is ready. So just we have to execute the test. That's all.
Got it. Okay.
And also it's very important. If you go for interview, they will ask only one question. So how you are going to test your code? Whatever
Okay.
development you did, so how you will test your code. So you are using any tool or
Got it.
framework, they will ask. Then you can say I'm using JUnits. So I'm writing JUnits for my classes, whatever I have written. So you can able to cover your class, your method, each and every line.
Okay. Okay.
If you say method, right?
So I mean, is this how you normally do when you work? Like or you use some other testing tool at
No,
your
no,
work?
no, no, we are using JUnits only. We have to write JUnits
Oh.
mandatory. So JUnits
Mm.
mandatory, and they will check how many. So here, how many lines you have written? Totally 15 lines. Correct.
Yes. Yes.
So each
Mm-hmm.
and every line should cover at least minimum 80%. 80% of the line should cover.
With James. Okay.
Yes, as if you written JUnits only for the add method, then 3 lines will be covered. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you written as subtract method, then total 6 lines will cover.
Got it.
So like that, they will count number of lines covered for JUnits.
Oh.
Otherwise, 80%
Okay.
should be covered minimum.
Okay.
Otherwise, they will not allow. We have some tools to cover to check that JUnits and all. They will run that one, and they will see how many lines got covered and how many not covered, and they will
Okay.
see who
Okay.
written that file.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they will once you check in into the SVN and all, right. So they will track who
Mm.
written this file and why this coverage is less than 80.
Mm.
They will send an email. Weekly once they will scan
Okay.
entire code and they will send an email. For this project is having coverage this much. This they will tell the
Who will send?
that is we have some middleware team.
Okay. Okay.
So weekly once they will scan the code, they will check the code coverage, and they will check the is there any vulnerabilities is there in this code, loopholes,
Mm.
hacking kind of thing, activities is there or not. They will check and they will send an email report. So developer just he will write the code and he will check it. Later on he will scan the code. Is that code is proper, or is there any vulnerabilities, or is there any code coverage is not happened? Everything they will check and they will
Okay.
send a report.
Got it. Got
That
it.
report will
Mm.
come to the manager, and manager will see if there is any project related to him. Then he will see the
Mm.
report. If the coverage is less, then he will open the project and he will see who we can able to see for which file is having less coverage.
Okay.
And he will
Okay.
see, manager will see history who checked in the file, who written the file.
Okay.
Then he will call and he will ask us the reason why the lines are not covered at all. And then
Okay.
again, it's a
Okay.
big ask.
So.
Better we have to write like units for each and every method.
Okay. Okay.
So that will be the best way.
So yeah, so JUnit is still the best way of doing it.
Yes, yes, units best way, and we have to write. It's a mandatory nowadays units,
Okay.
so that we can
Mm.
able to test your code at any point of time. Even though you are modifying one line, just you can execute the units. It will test your hundreds of line in one shot, and you no
Okay.
need to spend much time. Write one time and execute a number of times. This is the best way to do.
Got it.
And right now I'm hard coding the results, right? 10, 20. So that if you want, you can read it from the file also, from flat file. some Excel sheet
Got
or
it.
some text
Okay.
file, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how to read the files, right? So when we discussed for core Java that time, file buffer reader, buffer writer, we have discussed, right? So you can read the
Yes.
data from the file and you can compare. So instead of expected results right now, just I'm hard coding directly, correct? 10, 20 and all. So you can read that expected
Yes.
results from the file and you can compare.
Got it.
So instead of hard coding the data into the file, you can read from the text file and you can compare.
Got it.
So that way also we are doing sometimes. So this 10 and all, you can read it from the text file
Got it. Got it.
and you
Okay.
can compare the results whether it's getting properly or not.
Okay. Okay. I got it.
And this is also very important. They
So,
will ask you in the interview explicitly whether you are testing your code or not. So you should be
okay.
able to, yeah.
So, is JUnit the best framework to test, or
Yeah,
is there any other?
we have so many. We have some Marketo, Junits, but I mean, initially it started with Junits. So under Junit we have some different frameworks, but best one is
Okay.
Junits.
Okay. Okay.
Junits is the best one. And if you want to
Okay.
test only this method, just right click that method and execute it.
Okay.
Tested only add calculator, correct? Now I want to test
Yeah.
only subtract calculator. Just select that method and run it. So it got failed, subtract method.
Got it.
So because there is some value I modified. Expected 10, but 0. So 10 minus 10, 0. Correct?
Got it.
So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
what the test case is fine. So you can able to test only one test case also.
Got it.
And the similar way we have for every software, CPC, Android, JUnit. So for every software whatever you are developing, nowadays they are providing tester, simulator.
Got it. Okay.
So this is the about the JUnits. They will not they
Okay.
will not ask much details how you tested. They will ask whether you tested or not. You are having some
Okay.
knowledge
And
in it or not.
yeah, and they'll ask what tool you used
Yeah, what
for
framework?
testing that.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a framework basically. So
Okay. What is the difference between a framework and a tool? Uh, uh,
framework means if you see the Hibernate, right? So Hibernate, right? It's developed by using the Java, correct? And a tool means
mhm.
say this is Eclipse. This is a tool, right?
Okay. Okay.
This is a tool, right?
So,
This is a tool.
hmm. So framework is something like a extension.
Extension of
Uh,
some existing, I mean, what is a programming language or something.
so something which we can add
Yes,
to
yes, you can
improve
modify.
our.
A framework means what is a they will give one framework to you, so you can customize the
Mhm.
framework. You can modify the framework as per your requirement.
So basically, so somebody coded some separate code
Mm-hmm.
to improve the functionality of one particular area
Mm-hmm.
of our programming, right? And then what we can do is we can import that into our code,
Mm-hmm.
and we can use that pre-written code
Mm-hmm.
to uh, to make our function easy,
And you can
right?
customize that
Make
framework also as per your requirements.
got it,
The
got it. So
framework,
this Hibernate and all is a framework only, right?
yes, yes, you can if you want, you can use this feature. If you don't want some other feature, you can remove it. You can able to use whatever you want as per your requirements. You no need to stick to their rules.
Okay, okay. So it's basically pre-written Java code itself,
It's pre-written
right?
Java
That
code,
is
and
what.
the usage is very customization. The usage is very customizable.
Uh, okay, okay. So you can import it and then you can customize it
Yes, yes, you
however
can
you want.
use whatever. When we are going to discuss Spring next time, so there we will see
Mm.
the framework exact meaning. So they will give some set of 10
Oh,
features. In the 10 features, you can use whatever feature you want. Either you want one feature, only one feature number one, or feature number 10, or you want together the combinations, you can able to use it.
mm, got it.
When we start Spring, right, maybe next time, next tomorrow or
Mm,
day after, so that time you will see how the framework exactly look like.
got it. Got it.
So you can
Okay.
use whatever feature you want, and you can ignore whatever feature you don't want. You can able to eliminate the
Mm,
features also whatever they provided. You think some of the
got it.
features are useless, then you can ignore it. So you have a facility to ignore it.
Mm, okay. Okay.
So that is the
Okay.
framework. Okay. And tomorrow we will connect same
Okay.
time, 8 o'clock.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
No
Fine.
problem.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Good night.
Thanks.